Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watches, and today we're going to be watching some Death Note. That's right, this is episode 12 of the show. I'm very lucky because I forgot what episode it was, and then I was lucky enough that my Netflix screen popped up with the episode number just as I panicked about what episode it was. And I could have just not mentioned that and had you guys think I was just amazing at remembering episode numbers, but I decided to give credit where it was due to my computer. So, last episode, episode 11, we got introduced to a new character, a new important character, the new Kira, Misa, the only other person we know of that has a Death Note, and also has Shinigami eyes, which is crazy because Light refuses to get them, understandably so. It's crazy because Light has very, strict convictions. Like, he's got his own convictions, and he'll stick to them. He's not a hypocrite. And, well, I don't think he's a hypocrite. At least he hasn't shown too many hypocritical views. It's just that he's got kind of crazy views. But he seems to stick to them. And so, yeah, he like refuses to get the Shinigami eyes. We see Misa, who may actually be more extreme than Light, and is trying to quote unquote help his cause. I wonder if they're gonna meet up in this episode. I doubt it. They're gonna have to track her. Oh my gosh, they're gonna have to track her down first. So maybe it's gonna be several episodes of tracking her down. Although, I mean, these writers, they write at a fast pace, not only in Death Note, but in Bakuman, the manga I read from them as well. They're fast-paced writers. So I'm going to give it, you know what? I'm going to give it 2 episodes. In the next episode, not this episode, next episode, they're going to meet up with Misa. That's what I think. Anyway, we are going to just get into this episode. If you want to see next episode right now, you can go to my Patreon, and that's in the description below, and you'll get early access full length to Death Note, and One Piece as well, and then full length to every other show that is on my schedule, on my register, that I'm doing on the YouTube channel right now. And also make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, let's just get into episode 12 of Death Note.
All along, I've been trying to find a way to get involved in the investigation, but I never thought they would actually approach me. I need to figure out what this imposter is all about before someone else on the task force beats me to it.
So he's gonna kind of be racing the task force, probably?
For security reasons, you're not permitted to take notes, and all materials must remain here.
Good.
I understand.
We will begin now.
He can't take notes, so he can't use the Death Note while he's in this room.
Okay, but are you suggesting that if my son does not come to the same conclusion, there's an even greater chance that he is guilty?
No. In that case, there will still only be a 5%
Okay.
chance.
Okay. Man, I don't know if I spoke at all in that scene. I was just listening.
This video is so mediocre.
Have you come to any conclusions?
Damn, it's a test. At the very least, I'd say this tape was not created by the Kira we're familiar with.
That's almost exactly how Ryozaki said it.
That was incredible, Light. Now any doubts about you should be resolved.
I think you're exactly right about
I don't think so.
We also believe that this is the work of a second Kira. But the fact that we both came to the same conclusion makes the theory that much more believable. As expected, you did not disappoint us. If so, we could lure him into a trap by sending our own message from the real Kira.
Oh, that's
I guess I
interesting.
shouldn't be surprised.
Oh, and Light, I would like you to play the part of the
Me as Kira?
At any rate, we don't have time to waste. Do you think you could script a message from
Nothing more
Kira in
convincing
time for it to
than
be aired on this
literally
national
Kira.
news?
It's the only reason I'm here.
However, if we don't omit the part that says you're free to kill L, then I'm gonna end up dead.
Sorry. I guess I got carried away playing the part. I figured if I was him, I'd probably demand.
Oh my gosh.
I was improvising.
He tried to get away with that line.
Sounds good.
Is this the real Kira? No one knows for sure, but we can only hope this video will provide us with some much-needed answers.
I am Kira,
It worked! I knew it!
Oh, here we go.
true Kira. They agree to abide by my basic principles.
Yay! Now where is
What are you planning to do?
Hello? Do you really need to ask? I'm going to reply to him, of course.
We have a reply from the second Kira.
Okay.
Worry, I will follow orders and do as you say.
Whoa, it worked.
Nice.
Do as you say, huh?
Is that true?
This guy's gonna be no help at all. If this fake had any idea what my wishes were, he'd insist that Elle appear on TV and then kill him anyway. How could you fall for something like this? Damn it.
I don't think you have the eyes. But you don't have to worry, I would never try to kill you.
Oh my god.
What the hell is he thinking?
Revealing-
Talking about Shinigami
yeah.
eyes in a public message like
Oh,
We can confirm our identities by showing our Shinigami to each other.
Shinigami.
this.
Oh
He's a
my
liability.
god.
If I don't do something about him quickly.
Elle? What's wrong? Elle? Oh my god.
Am I supposed to believe that? That Shinigami actually exist?
Is it just this is something you can't deduce?
Listen to yourself. Of course Shinigami don't exist.
It's as Light says. If the two Kiras were connected, I don't think the imposter would be so willing to give up on his plan to kill me. All of this suggests to me that the copycat has his own agenda.
Oh my gosh.
independently of the fact
Misa just gave away some major clues.
I think you're right.
That's
He's acting out of
massive.
an interest in Kira. Saying we can confirm our identities by showing our Shinigami to each other probably means that they'd confirm their identities by somehow demonstrating their ability to kill.
Okay.
Yes, that's it. Now we just need to convince this copycat.
The thing is, it does literally mean Shinigami.
So we can respond and force him to be more specific.
But this
We
is-
have to be careful
this
how we
is
handle
smart.
this. We can't make it too obvious that
Diverting
we're asking,
a little bit
otherwise
from
he'll
the
realize
Shinigami
we're
thing.
not Kira.
Okay, but let's say that he doesn't respond. Then what do we do?
Yes, I've been thinking about what the second Kira might do if he gets no response. For one, he might reveal more information that he knows Kira wants concealed
That's
to
true.
pressure him into a meeting. Of course, that would make Kira nervous. Ideally, this could provide us with the physical evidence we'll need to build a case
Oh
against him.
man, this is great, but he's also
Let's
saying all
gather
of this
all
to
the
Light, so
information we
Light
can
can
and
create
discuss
counter
them.
strategies in his head.
You look like a little angel, Misa.
Oh, I'm so tired. Can I ask you something?
Rem.
What is it?
Okay.
Each Shinigami has to have one death note of their own.
Let's just say it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm one of the few in the Shinigami realm who knows how to kill another of my kind.
Oh.
That's how I ended up with two.
Oh.
Oh, I think I get it. So, how do you kill a Shinigami? I have to know. Well,
Never repeat this to anyone.
We gotta find out?
I learned the only way to kill a Shinigami is to make them fall in love with a human.
What? Huh?
what a beautiful way to kill.
Really? Is that true or is that a lie? Ugh.
It was nighttime and she was walking alone. No one else was around. And then it happened.
Oh man. Attacked
A
on
man
the street.
suddenly appeared and blocked her path.
Yeah, I was gonna say he could Death Note
What are
him.
you doing?
So why must
Chance
Shinigami
used
not?
his death note to kill the man instantly.
Why can't
and
Shinigami do
therefore
that?
save the girl's life. It was the wrong thing to do. Shinigami exist only to shorten and take human lives.
Oh, so because it
We aren't
extended?
permitted to undo
Ah,
that which
okay.
has been fated. He died. The only reminder of his existence was his death note, left behind. The rest of his
Gross.
lifespan was added to hers. So not only had he saved her life, he'd accidentally extended it well beyond its natural
Oh
end.
wow.
So
What?
if he'd never fallen in love with this girl, he'd probably still be alive today, wouldn't he?
Yes. Jealous loved you enough to die
Oh
for you.
wow.
So that death note is now yours to keep.
Wow. So
See,
her
for a
lifespan.
Shinigami to die, they have to love a human enough that they'd prevent their death from happening. So what about you, Rem? You're not in love with me, are you? Be honest.
Just forget it.
Maybe I should just send him another message.
No, play hard to get. Oh! Is this a coincidence that they're in the same place?
I do.
I can't wait to meet Kira.
I guess it must be a coincidence.
What kind of person are you, imposter?
Damn. Okay. I wonder if this video is going to be shorter than my other Death Note videos, because I'm pretty sure for a good portion of especially the first half of the episode, I think I was just like sitting there and listening. I wasn't reacting much, and so generally when I'm not talking much, I'm not reacting outwardly much, that stuff will all get cut out in the edit. So like the full length reactions will be, normal and stuff, but the edited version might be edited down a lot. I don't know, like maybe I feel like I talked a decent amount in the second half of the episode, so maybe it evens out. But yeah, I feel like the first half of the episode I was just processing information for the entire time. I was like listening to what Elle said and to what Light said, and I was processing what they mean by everything that they're saying, and it like I get it all, but I definitely had to like take it all in properly, and I couldn't focus on anything else. So yeah, very very interesting episode. Man, I think it's really interesting, and I like it because, I mean, look, I'm a big fan of female characters. I've said this 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 more times on this channel. It's easier for me to get attached to female characters. In fact, it's super easy. Like, it's like unsettlingly easy to get me attached to a female character. And so, I mean, I love Misa. She is crazy. She is, she's, reckless and evil, but she's entertaining and cute. So, like, what else could you really want? And she's keeping Light on his toes, which I appreciate because, I don't want Light to win in the end. So it's nice to see Light stumbling over something that he can't control, which is Misa, and he has to try to track her down to be able to control her. I don't think Misa's surviving for very long. I feel like she's going to survive for 5 to 10 episodes, maybe. But who knows? Because I thought Naomi was going to survive a lot longer than she did. She died super quickly. So she could die at any second now. I like that Elle was basically like, we need to write a message from Kira. Hey, Light, you'd be good at writing a message from Kira. Like, he's basically like, I already suspect you heavily as Kira, or not heavily, but 5%. I already suspect you 5% as Kira. So the fact that I suspect you that much means you fit the profile enough that you're either Kira, and this is perfect, it'll be a very convincing message from Kira, or you're not Kira, but you will write very similar to him because I thought you were him. So I really like that that's the way that they go about it. I mean, that kind of sums up the entire Death Note situation right now. Is Elle is basically just being like, hey, Light, help me with this, because either you have to help me with it to prove that you're not Kira, or you're not Kira and you want to help me with this, so you will help me with this. It's really funny how Light is, in a way he's playing them by getting more information and stuff from them, but in a way they're playing him because they're getting his expertise to confirm basically all of their suspicions that they can. And he's thrown some fake things in the way, like how he was like, oh, Shinigami, what they mean by Shinigami is they must mean your way to kill people. Like, that must be their code word for their power that they're using to kill people or whatever. And like, that's partly true, but what the message meant was a literal Shinigami. Like, you can show me the Shinigami that's floating above you, and I'll show you the Shinigami that's floating above me. And I mean, that would be a good way to prove it. Okay, yeah, so Rem is the Shinigami that's following around Misa, and Rem found out how to kill, well, knows how to have a Shinigami die, which is, so she said, I'm using she pronouns for Rem, so if that is inaccurate, please forgive me. But for now, I'm going to use she, her pronouns. So Rem, she said that it was to kill a Shinigami is to have them fall in love with a human. But Jealous was already in love with the human, it seemed like, or was already in love with Misa for a long time. And then it was only when Jealous broke one of the rules of the Shinigami that Jealous died. So I feel like the falling in love with a human is an oversimplification of what actually happened. What actually killed Jealous, from my reading of the scene, was breaking. I mean, it's not like they're. I don't know if they're written down rules, but breaking the purpose of a Shinigami. So it's like if the Shinigami had another reason to extend someone's life, then would the Shinigami have died if it wasn't love related? Like if Ryuk purposefully extended Light's life, not because he loves Light, but because he thinks it's fun to watch Light, sow chaos or whatever, then would Ryuk die? Or would Ryuk not die because Ryuk's not in love with Light? I feel like Ryuk would die, based on my reading of that scene. Because if it was, as I said, if it was purely love, I think Jealous would have died ages ago, like before that even happened. Because it seemed like he was in love, but maybe his love didn't actually, sink in until he saved her life. I don't know. I have no idea, but that was just the way I was thinking about the scene. Wow. I had 4 more notes and I just summarized all of them in one paragraph there. So I'm out of notes. But yeah, so now I do wonder what the point of that final scene was, where Light is like sitting in the cafe thinking, and then Misa also comes to the cafe and is sitting behind him, and they're both just like, I guess the point of that scene is just the fact that they are, so close to one another and don't know who the other are. Like they're so close to each other and thinking the same thing. I guess the thing that oh my gosh, it's late at night. Please, please cut me some slack for my brain not working. I guess one of the ideas maybe is that they are that similar, they're that on the same wavelength, where it's like Light thinks that he's way different from Misa, because he's like, oh, my morals are this and this and this and this, and I'm also this smart, and I'm also like not reckless and stuff, and Misa, and this imposter is like this and this and this and this and this. So he thinks they're like miles and miles apart, but really they're like pretty close to one another. There are some differences there. Yes, Misa is more reckless. And like, yeah, she's probably not as intelligent as Light, although we don't know that for sure yet. She didn't seem dumb to me. Like, she was acting like ditzy or whatever, but I didn't get the impression that she was dumb. But yeah, and she doesn't have the same strict morals, but like, I think Light's morals are, I don't know, somewhat arbitrary anyway. I mean, they're not really, but they're not. He's got strict morals, but the actual base of the morals is kind of crumbly, it feels like, where it's like, okay, yeah, it's anyone who's a criminal, or gets in my way, they're on the same level of like, you deserve to die and stuff. But it's like people like Naomi and the FBI agents, like, that is taking innocent lives. That's undoubtedly taking innocent lives. And not only that, it's also taking innocent lives and taking pleasure in taking them. Because with both Ray Penber and Naomi, he had the sickest pleasure in taking their lives. He gave Ray Penber that evil smile on the train, even though he could have probably waited to collect that and not seen Ray. And he told Naomi that he's Kira right before she died, just so that she would know that she is about to commit suicide and there's nothing she could do about it. That is evil. So those two things make me think that Naomi and Misa on the same level, basically, because it's like Misa, you know, killing people to make her point. Like, you know, maybe she enjoyed it or whatever, I don't know. But the point is, she's killing people to make her point, to progress her goals. Light killing people to make his point, progress his goals. Both of them gaining sick pleasure out of it. So, from my perspective, the Jedi are evil. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have to discuss. So, that's a good episode. I really enjoyed that. I feel like I'm losing my voice, and I don't know why. I didn't think I was talking that much, but oh well. I'm going to wrap up this video there. So please, if you want to see next episode right now, and all the full-length stuff that I have, go to my Patreon account in the description below. It will be super useful, and it helps support the channel as well. And please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. They all really help as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.